Alright, Naruto 683. I'm going to read 3 comments here. Alright, G. Gorsey. I really enjoyed this chapter. I love it when plans start to form and all characters start analyzing their situation. As much as I dread Obito's redemption, it's been handled pretty well. This chapter also seemed to confirm that he is dying. Right, the whole thing, yeah. Just like he's brought him back temporarily. Apparently Naruto could only delay the inevitable. This gives the character and his fans a chance for closure and maintains the fact that the Rin Tensei is a life-sacrificing jutsu. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and skip to the negatives you have here, if you don't mind. Hagoromo showing up. His first appearance was a Deus Ex Machina, which I was only able to swallow because Naruto and Sasuke were receiving their power through other means. Technically, Obito put the Bijou into Naruto, and Kabuto injected Hashirama cells, his chakra, into Sasuke. Hagoromo showing up and taking credit for their power-up was only acceptable to me because of this. He gave them a jutsu and juiced them up, but really it wasn't just his hand, God's hand, that brought these new powers. I'm not a fan of his second appearance. Hopefully it leads to something interesting. Yeah. Well, I appreciate your comments. Yeah, that's next week is going to be really something. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read XXAverageLegend. I think I covered this, and maybe even from here or somebody else said it. But anyway, I've answered this before, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Or I've given my opinion. Who knows the answer, right? If Black Zetsu was controlling Kaguya, then Black Zetsu would have more chakra than Kaguya. I know we covered this in the last hangout. I don't know if I referred to your question here or not. Alright, if the way a Jinchuriki, as you know, works is you have to balance the power of the Bijou, but usually the Bijou, right, would be the more powerful one with the more chakra. So that really, I'm not saying that I'm correct in this, that Black Zetsu is controlling Kaguya, but just having more chakra in and of itself, the way the Bijous work with the Jinchuriki, the way I understand it is that, like I said, the Jinchurikis have less chakra, is the way it is. That's the way I understand it. And then your comment here, and like I say, who knows? But anyway, I agree with the point Steve said earlier that I think Madara is finding Kaguya within, and that's actually a Conley Bob 9 thing that he said that I liked, and so I've given him credit for that. That's actually from him. Okay, you continue on. This chapter foreshadows Madara's return. However, Madara won't become a good guy, but a third party in the fight. Also, a big point I want to make is the key to beating Kaguya. The person who has the biggest role will be Sasuke because he can also teleport at fast speed into Kaguya's little dimension. To me, right now, Sakura and Kakashi still have no use. All right, and then we go down. Appreciate your comments. Oh yeah. Anybody trying to go in? Anybody's having problems getting in? You can go into the section, the hangout section where they have live hangouts, and that's how NW Order had to get in last time. So yeah. I wish this stuff worked a lot better. It's so frustrating. Anyway, all right, continuing on. I appreciate everyone's comments, and this will be the third. I'm trying to keep this really minimal. Okay, DPRobertz. Changed your name, Conley Bob 9. Why? So one part of this chapter, or don't even answer if I don't need to know. So one part of this chapter made me really want to retch. Naruto bowing his head, and you're one of the people that tried to get in and couldn't, and it's just, it's a nightmare. Like I say, you can go into, I'll do this real quick. You can go into the section, as I'm sure you're already doing, right there in the Google Plus page, and it should give you the invite right there on the video. Especially if you click into it. It should just be joined. It should go in there. What NW Order had to do is he just went to Hangouts, live Hangouts, and he looked and he saw it, and it let him get in that way. Why it's like this, I don't know. Anyway, continue on. Naruto bowing his head to Obito and thanking him. When I saw this scene, I was almost physically ill. I brought this up, and I think it was from reading your comment. It's easy to kind of gloss over because they're all buddies now, and it's just to take a time and remember that this is the guy that killed his parents. It's really pretty crazy. Good point. This guy murdered your parents. He murdered your friend Neji, the whole lot of people. And you're going to bow your head and humble yourself before him? Right? Naruto looked so weak and pathetic in this scene. It was appalling. As Obito said, don't thank someone like me. You can appreciate the help he's giving you now, but don't bow to the guy. That is crazy that Obito was the most level. I mean, I have to tip my hat. Obito made sense. Don't thank me. He's the one. I mean, that was Naruto. Yeah, it was a good chapter overall. Though Obito at last was less tedious this week, not acting like his usual whiny self, but focusing only on getting Sasuke's back. And to my great surprise, we didn't see one reference to Rin or Rin flashback. Looks like he's going to have this final big moment and die again. This time for good. The good thing about Obito accepting that he was wrong is that there's no more. The Rin excuse isn't needed, right? As you know, it's just it was because you're an idiot. You know, you were turned into a dirtbag. That's why. Because anyway, well, third time the charm. But really, all of it is pointless. He redeemed himself already by reviving Naruto. And he should have had his death then. He has no real connection to Kaguya to make him worthy of fighting her. And as for the fight, it's going to take all of his chakra, the chakra that Sakura has given him, just to find Sasuke and bring him back. He'll use his Kamui to assist Naruto, but he won't be any kind of match for her directly. This is God that we're talking about. I do see a possibility of him finding Sasuke, then passing his Kamui ability onto Sasuke before he dies, the way that Itachi transferred his Amaterasu. Sasuke is far more powerful than Obito and would be much better at countering her dimensional ability and fighting her head on. Let me just say, the part about him transferring and that being a power-up for Sasuke would be awesome, and it would solve a whole lot of problems. Like, how do they get out of there and all? It would solve a lot of problems. I don't know if it would be if having the ability to port like that, he would still probably need. I mean, how to get back to their own place would still be kind of a, kind of BS to me. I think in a way they would need some way to do it, but at least they'd have some way to legitimately get powered around with. If Sasuke could have that porting ability, and that might also remember that. Toby Rama gave him something. So that something might be some other kind of teleportability or space-time thing that might be something that he can call upon now. So, Sasuke did get that. So I like that. I still can't. I'm going to have to be really impressed because I still don't understand why Kaguya, and I said this like over and over in the hangout, why does she need to go to Sasuke? She has no reason. Just let him hang until she finishes Naruto. There's no reason for him to go there. But anyway, continue on. Good point, though. I like this end point where you're at. That is an interesting power-up. But just getting there, I think, is BS. But anyway, once Obito's job is complete, he'll see to it that his body vanishes away in a separate dimension so that not even Naruto Jesus could save him. I wish that Kaguya would speak up more and Black Zetsu less, but I've been thinking that the reason she's not speaking is because she's a god above insects. Speaking to them would be more like a stopping to converse with a hill of ants, so Black Zetsu acts as her spokesman, functioning like the mouth of Sauron in a way. I like that answer, but I still think there's something else going on with her. The only way I can see Black Zetsu as Kaguya's controller is if he's actually the spirit of the God tree himself. Otherwise, Kaguya is God, and you don't want to tell God what to do. And in Kishimoto interview, he said that the final fight would be against Madara, then the Senju, and then Sasuke. If Black Zetsu is in fact the Shinju, then he is the main villain. It wouldn't surprise me at this point if that's the case. The only question is, why would the God tree itself be evil? This tree is the progenitor of all chakra. The idea of being like Kaguya, taking its power and then being corrupted by it makes a lot more sense. Also, Kaguya is the only female villain in Naruto to actually pose a massive threat. If I were a female leader, I'd be pissed as hell to find out she's just Black Zetsu's puppet for now. I'm sticking with my theory that BZ is the sage's dad. The sage himself is about to have an unpleasant reunion with Mommy and Daddy Dearest. I like the dynamic between Hashi and my boy Tobirama. I also like the idea of Tobirama using his sensory skills through Madara's body to find out where they are. That makes sense. Allowing him to join the battle that way. The guy accomplished more in his time than any Hokage, and he's been nothing but cunning and resourceful throughout the whole fight. Hagoromo just appeared before the Edo Kages. At least two of them know how to summon the Death God. If Haruma is in fact the Death God, the sage may have a way for them to summon him without losing their souls, and then restore his brother's sentence so that the whole family can join in battle. Granted that Minato needs his summoning arms, but either Hagoromo or Naro Jesus will take care of that. By the way, that's Conley Bob 9. Alright, Conley Bob 9, by any name, I really do appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and post this. I'm going to try to get these on Saturday or earlier, but I haven't been able to really do any videos in the last few days, so and that definitely needs to change. Alright, I appreciate everyone's efforts, and once again, we got another awesome chapter. We've got the anime out, and as I consistently do, Hunter x Hunter. Check it out. Check it out. It does take a little while, but check it out, find out something about it. Anyway, that was my little commercial there. Alright, until next time, take care.